welcome back to today's video. Thank you for everyone who watched my last video on the inspiration behind the British countryside aesthetic. This video is the sewing pattern recommendations, and I thought I would just kick off with what I own currently that I think fits that aesthetic. So we have this jacket, and let's see if I can stick this somewhere else. What is it? It is, okay, yeah, this one was a bit bushy, right? Harris tweed. I think I got it from the Edinburgh Woolen Mill many years ago, and it has like this really soft suede cuff, and I love it. So it's getting to, like, what's the date today? The 8th of November, and it is 8 degrees, so I can fit on this jumper underneath. This is from Sports Direct. I think it's plastic, 100% acrylic polyester, but it's got the cables, it's got the cream. Sorry, that was the dog. And then it fits under this really nicely. And honestly, this is super warm. It's really cozy, and I wear it until the weather starts turning really bad. And then I switch to wearing my husband's wash jacket that I made him for Christmas last year. But the inside is that soft, shiny material, so like you can get your arms in properly without getting stuck. And I got this a size up from the size I was when I bought this, so I can actually get my arms and a jumper underneath, because I do want to stay warm and cozy. So it doesn't give me the most snatched of looks, but that we're not, like, I think that's enough. I'm not here to be like super uncomfy. I want to be comfy and I want to be warm. And this, honestly, I love the look. So you got the flaps here and then the pockets, and I adore this coat jacket thing. Now, have another one that was an impulse purchase. It does need the buttons, oh god, sewing back on. A lot of things need buttons sewing back on. I have a whole pile of stuff to mend and fix. Let's see, I'll show you the insides first. This is Jack Murphy, and it is, you can see, it's this really dark green style, and this one's long. And again, so that's a size 12. I am missing some buttons on this. So, again, pockets, buttons, that's what I got in my pockets. Socks, dog poo bags. Now, I don't wear this one as much, and I don't really know why, but it's really long. It's work at the moment. This is where the craft room's full. Yeah, so this one's nice and long. I probably will switch to start wearing it a bit more. I just thought it's like a little bit too fancy for my day-to-day life, but I really do love it. And I do have this, I have like, I think more sleeve space in this one. It's probably a touch wide on my shoulders, to be honest. But again, I really love it. And once I fix the buttons, I think I definitely will wear it more. Oh, it's cold. That really does need fixing. So, charity shop finds. We have quite a nice charity shop. Well, we have quite a few, to be honest. But one that's like puts quite a bit more effort into their stuff. So, I've got these trousers, and they are apparently David Nieper, Nieper. So they're this dogtooth fabric. Now these are 16 and they're way too big, but all I think I'm going to do, because it's all just, it's overlocked, I'm going to, this is the back, I'm going to unpick it, and I'm going to stick in elastic just around the back so it pulls it in. So I'm not going to do any mad alterations with this. I just want it to fit in the waist because it fits fine on the thighs. And I don't want to like take this whole thing out because it's got back darts. So I thought, yes, this with the jumper. I think this look here is just perfect. I don't even know what this is made out of, actually. I'm not doing a burn test on it because, aha, here's a label. So these are a UK 16, and it is 65% polyester, 33% rayon, and 2% elastane. So yeah, all plastic again, but then this has been saved from the tip. And it's got pockets. It's got pockets. So that is what I currently have towards the look and the vibe I'm going for. Also got this Superior Garment extra large. It is a men's blazer. This is the pattern. Again, rather lovely. Oh, it's so lovely. I felt really guilty, but this cost a £5. And I think it's wool on the outside. It's got these lovely inside pockets. Oh, this is what it is. Now, it is drowning me, right? So I thought for the gilet, like the woolen gilets I showed you in the last video, made out of the tweed and stuff like that, I thought this would go lovely. Or just downsizing it, so taking it apart and resizing it into another, but I don't need another jacket, which is why I thought because it's quite thin, one of the thin vests underneath something else, or like when it's warmer autumn you have a jumper and then stick this on. So yeah, I quite like this as well. So let me know what you think I should do with jacket, because I am quite scared to cut this up because it is so lovely. Like it's got these in the collar as well, which no clue what the purpose of that is. Just to keep the buttons safe, maybe. These are not in any particular order. So we are it's a mixture of paid and free patterns, and for some of them I did struggle to find free patterns for. So first up is the Itch to Stitch Envigado vest. I love this. I think this is such a beautiful autumn piece, and I think if you made, like, it looks like they've made it in like a canvas material. I think this would look really good in a waxed cotton, so like a wax jacket version. And it's on the fold line. Let's see what it says about it. You don't have to go outdoors to appreciate the outdoors vest. I like that. It keeps you warm on blustery days while looking on trend. A creative laying piece for the outdoor adventures and urban explorers. They're hitting all people here. And it features some front and back princess seams, so it really contours well to your figure. It does look like quite a complicated make. It's got the drawstrings, it's got loads of pockets, loads of buttons. I would buy this. I'm not sure I'd have the skill or the patience to make this. And so it goes up to a size UK 8 to 22. Right, so this pattern is this is the pattern I want to make that jacket into. It is the Trailblazer sewing pattern. Oh, it's so beautiful. And this is from Twig and Tail, and I have coveted their patterns for so long now because of the excellent product features. Like, they are selling a dream. They're selling a vibe, an aesthetic that just really cozy, family, country. I wish I was that person. I mean, I do live in the country, but me and my son are quite opposed to the cold. So this, I think I'm going to have to buy, because this is the perfect pattern for all the beautiful tweed vests, gilets that we saw last week, that beautiful trend. And if you make this and then a blazer, jacket, oversized blazer, in the same material, you are then getting that beautiful countryside aesthetic, that vibe that we are looking for. Now, you can get add-ons with this as well, which I think are beautiful, but the beauty is they've made so many different ones, like people have put their own ones in, and they've got some bonus resources. They've got a child, men's, women's, so you can buy a bundle. You can make it as a puffer jacket. They got inspiration onto that. They've got information how to add lining pockets, detachable hood. You can make it into a baby carrier, so you can have, like, if you're wearing your baby, you can have that as well, which I think that looks amazing. So this goes up into sizes 0 to 26, full bust of 51.5 inches, I think. goes up to size N. So the recommended fabrics are wool, wool blends, corduroy denim, pre-cuts, quilted cotton, like canvas, suede, oilskin, anything for this pattern. And it is costing us, how much is it costing us? Just for the one pattern, it is costing us £13.50 in Great British pounds. This I'm going to buy because it is beautiful. Next up, we have the Nymania pants. These are from Mood Fabrics, and I just think that the cut of the trousers looks really good. Like I don't know what you call it, straight leg, slightly narrowed leg, ankle leg. It's got pockets, but they've got an elasticated waist with a drawstring. But with the fabric they've made it out of, it doesn't look like you're not thinking, looking at that going, oh, they look like joggers, they look like old people trousers because they've got a drawstring waist. I think the look on it is really nice, and I like the fact that it's got some darts in the back, so you've got that nice fitted. And honestly, I think my trouser block, I could adapt this pattern to fit my trouser block, and I think that would work really well. And I think these will go nicely with your boots. And I just think having that elasticated waist for autumn, winter, and for your weight fluctuations as well, I just think works really nicely and gives us that little bit of added comfort. So Mood have really good size ranges. I think I'd want to make these trousers out of a wool blend or a poly blend. I think like the dogtooth ones I just showed you, the brown ones, something like in that neutral colour scheme. And the blazer that goes with them as well, I think would perfectly, if you're not wanting to go for the fully lined look, which have they fully lined theirs? Yep, so they've lined theirs as well. I think if you look at the outline, I think this would match really well with this. In honest, obviously they're showing it as a set because they're in matching fabrics. So again, I think that looks really nice to work. But I think making it in different fabrics gives you a completely different look, and you're really just trying to think outside the box, not just looking at the pattern and going, oh yeah, that is that type of pattern for work. Thinking outside and going, actually, yeah, I would make that out of a tweed, and that would match the look that we're going for. So those are those two that go really nicely together. And again, we've got the Zinnia jacket by Mood, and this is it's long, so it matches the more dark green jacket that I showed you, and it's made out of all panels. I think it looks really neat. So I think we're kind of covered on the jacket front. Now for the fleece, so yeah, I have struggled to find a pattern for this that fits with everything I want, with the zip, the pockets, all of that. So I think for a basic shape, we've got the Pearl Soho quilted jacket. So I wouldn't make it quilted, and I'd probably look up instructions on how to add, like possibly side pockets. I think would work okay with that. Yeah, instead of those types of pockets. I really need to learn what pockets are called. But again, you've got the binding. So I think if you make it in the right material and the right colour scheme, this will work really well. So for colours, I do love the classic navy and green gilet fleeces that you can get, vests. But I just think I will kind of want to be a little bit more fashion forward, a little bit something that possibly expands my wardrobe palette a little bit. And I just think this wine colour from Pound Fabrics would work really well with a nice sort of light brown bias tape binding all the way around, because I don't want to go and buy like faux leather binding, to be honest. So I think that would work really well and match, like it would go with what I already own, but still within that same colour palette, that really nice earthy tones, just not your usual ones that you see like all the time. I see them all the time because of where I live. So looking back at Paid jackets, we've got the Folk Wear Unisex Countryside Frock Coat, and I like this just because she's made it out of, it looks like a wool tweed, and it's nicely fitted. It just looks really neat. Looks not too complicated to make. You do have some big princess seams on the back. It's a single-breasted unlined coat featuring shawl, collar, princess seams in the back, waist darts in the front for the women's, and a slightly lowered waistline, long, narrow sleeves with banded cuffs, and it's got above knee peplum with back vent. Yeah, I just think this looked really neat, to be honest, especially if you make it out of a nice wool or a wool blend. And the same goes for the Liesel and Co. Cheval coat. I think this one, just make it out of your wool, tweed blend, whatever, and you've just got a really simple winter jacket that will really see you through. And this one, she's got it obviously in the red. If you imagine it in something like this, I think you'll be absolutely sorted if you are looking for a paid pattern for jackets. Now, this is the Simplicity 1499, and I think this is sort of the closest I can get for a gilet with a zip and pocket. They've got patch pockets on the front and made from a woven or knit stretch, well, most things, basically a waistcoat. But I like the fact that it has a zip, but I don't think adding a zip to the Pearl Soho quilted jacket, I don't think it should be that difficult. But I just like the options of they've got different pocket options on this, which I really like. So yeah, don't want to get this because it's paper. I want a PDF so I can print it off because I'm probably between sizes. I don't want to have to trace stuff. I'd rather stick tons of bits of paper together. Next up we have the Serena patterns, the Giuani shirt. I wish people would name their stuff easier to pronounce. So this is a really simple shirt, and I think making this in the right print is what's going to put you into the right vibe here, the right aesthetic. I do have some free shirts because you don't have to pay. But again, just a really simple collar. It's just a shirt you will buy from the shop. There's nothing fancy here. This one's £14, and I think I've struggled to find the right fabrics, but I've really only looked on pound fabrics. So this Woodlands fabric, I think, is a little bit too childlike. But if you're layered with the right old layering pieces, I think this one looks quite cute, quite nice, and it's quite neutral. Again, I want my tiny foxes and my tiny pheasants and my partridges, but that fabric is just not around at the moment. Like, if it comes around in a couple of years, I will be buying so much of it to make the right shirts. And I think this in like a brushed cotton, so it can be a bit thicker and warmer, or with your viscose, that drapey viscose fabric would also work really well for like more of a lighter fabric for the summer months, and maybe heavier fabric for winter. I've made a couple of shirts now, and it's a slow process and there is quite a steep learning curve, but I honestly, I get the most joy out of making blouses and shirts because it comes together and you've got this beautiful shirt pattern that I just think it looks like it's taken skill, and I really like making them. So we've got the caraway blouse from Mood as well, and I just think this looks if you don't want to be sewing on millions of buttons, I'm not here for buttons, right, at all, because they're so time consuming and I can never get them all to match up, and yeah, inevitably I end up falling out with my sewing machine. So I thought this would be like more of a spring, summer, autumn, maybe not the depths of winter, but again, with your layering pieces, it doesn't matter. And again, if you make this out of the right printed fabric, I think this will go really well under your clothes. So we've got the Inez V-neck sewing pattern from Fibre Store, and this looks like it's just a really easy pull-on shirt. And I think if you lengthen the sleeves to be fully arm length, like this is where I like my sleeves to finish, right in my wrists, I think this is, again, another really easy pattern to make and just throw together and be nice and easy to wear. Obviously there's no shaping with that as well. So another shirt as well with no shaping is the Jade Relaxed Linen shirt, again by Fibre. But again, you're having to sew pockets, but it's free, right? It is free. So for trousers, we have the Sarah pleated pants from Fibre Mood, Fibre Fabrics. these look like more of a complicated make than I can currently do, but I love the silhouette and the style. I think, again, in the right fabric, these are absolutely perfect. I would probably lengthen them a bit because they look a wee bit short on the model. I like mine to be like an inch above the floor. I like the long trousers. And again, these go up to a size 28/30. And it's got some good reviews, which we like. And so more free trousers, we got the Linda pants, these free adaptive sewing pattern from Mood Fabrics. And again, it's got a nice pocket and your big elasticated waist, which I am here for. And again, with the leg shape, I really like. I think it goes well with your boots. And these look like they're made out of a medium weight linen, which again, absolutely perfect for winter. And we have the Nova pants if you want. I know a lot of the styles we looked at last week, they had some beautiful leather belts. I can make leather belts, and I think I'm in the mood for a new leather belt. So having these, the Nova pants, gives you the option then to have a really beautiful leather belt. Maybe you've got one that you wear with all your trousers already, and it features some really beautiful pleats on the front. It has that little bit extra styling that you possibly want if you're going a little bit more fancier with your look for that day. And yeah, it features a few different cuff options on the trousers as well, because we're making our own clothes. We maybe don't want to carbon copy what we see in the shops, in the stores online as well. We want to add our own flair to these things, but still fit in with the aesthetic that we're looking at today. And finally, we've got the Cala Mint jeans as well, because I just don't think you can go wrong with the pattern, because obviously then it's made for a heavier weight fabric, so then it just expands your options. I think that's going to tidy us up there. So I will let you know next time you see me what patterns I have printed off, purchased, and the fabric. My budget is £98, and from that I want to get my fleece vest. So I want my fleece vest pattern and fabric, and I want the Trailblazer one, possibly fabric as well as pattern. I'm going to use a free sewing pattern for the trousers and modify my block so I get the right fit. So I need fabric for that. So I also, for the shirt, I do have shirt patterns already. I have the Mimi G one, and I have the Patina blouse by the Friday Pattern Company. So getting the fabric for the shirt. So I've got a shirt, my vests, my trousers. Now I will not be buying wool fabrics for all of this. I will be exclusively buying from Pound Fabrics. Because these are the first time I'm making these, I want to go with, I don't want to be spending a ton on really expensive wool if I'm not gonna like it. I have had expensive wool before, the boiled wool, and I made the Vogue Very Easy Simple Cape, and I don't like it because there's not enough drape in it. And now I'm gonna have to think of what else to do with that. Take it apart and redo it into a short jacket, I think is probably the best bet. So yes, I have learned from that mistake. So yeah, let me know what you think about the pattern recommendations, and I can't wait to show you the fabrics we've ended up buying, and yeah, let's see where we go with this. Thank you for watching. If you've got any pattern recommendations, please stick them in the comments below, and I will pin the post for other people to see as well. But again, I really do think it is about fabric choices, about those really beautiful browns, dark reds, dark purples, greens, navies. I think that is the colour palette that we are going for to give us that vibe. And we're wanting that just nice, clean silhouettes and that just a little bit of extra design features to give you that bit more of a polished look. That's what I think is going through my head for these types of styles. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. I'm so nervous to buy. I've not bought fabric and patterns for ages now, and yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, I'm waffling now. Cheerio, and I'll see you next time.